Hello?
What's up, girl? What happened after Tony dumped you?
Girl, I'm over it. I went from heartbreak to hate.
Hi, Bob.
Oi, Joy.
You messed up my whole thing.
Your hole?
My whole thing.
I did mess up your hole.
Go fuck yourself. I had a whole thing that I wanted to do, and you messed it up because you didn't go first like you always go first.
Oh, sorry. You want to start? Oi, Joy.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, God.
I just wanted to sing to you for a second.
Thanks. Not like we've been singing to each other all afternoon.
I mean, I've been feeling pretty artistic, and so I just thought I would do a thing, and then you messed it up.
Artistic.
Artistic. Art fart.
Oh.
Ew, I know.
Yeah.
I'm in the mode of rhyming. What do you want me to do?
She's a rhymer. She's a quick timer. She's a fast limer.
That's horrible. So, let's talk about art.
Art in many different forms.
In all of its forms.
In all of its forms, yeah.
We are artists.
We are artists.
Artiste.
Artistic.
Artistic people.
Truth.
Yes. So, I would like to start by talking about Bob's art.
I like talking about Bob.
Bob's art had a big win this week. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So my art was picked from, I'd like to say 5,000, but probably 4.
No, not 4.
Yeah, no.
Come on.
It was picked to be the art on a label of a bottle of beer.
Yes.
From the Blind Pig Brewery.
Yes.
Here in Champagne.
And very established place. Has been here for a million years. If you're a local.
multiple reasons, yes.
Yeah, like people know it, love it.
There was the Blind Pig. It closed for a while. Then it became the Blind Pig again. And there was the Piglet, which expanded into a large facility. Then there was which they always brewed their own beer there. Then they created their own brewery in downtown Champaign. And I believe their beer is sold across the states of the United.
Uh-oh. Watch out now. Yeah, so it's a pretty big deal, actually. Like, it expanded beyond our small little town, if you will.
Right.
And so they had this amazing contest, and you submitted a few entries.
3. The
Three
maximum. 3, yes.
Okay. And so tell us more about what inspired the winning entry.
Oh, well, freckles
Okay.
was my inspiration. Because I like freckles.
Yeah.
I wish I had them. I'm always jealous of my family that does have them. And Anya, the Irish goddess of summer.
Thank you for explaining to people how, although we have some listeners in Ireland
So
who would know full well
that A-I-N-E
is
Anya,
not Ain.
Anya, however the correct pronunciation is. There's 2 different pronunciations, but they're both in a sense Anya.
And they're both, in a sense, not the way your average American might try to pronounce it when looking at it. So.
As anyone who knows anything about Irish anything, we know that the spelling has extra meaning to them.
Yeah. The letters you see are not real.
Right. Which makes it and we talked about this before on the show, it makes it a hard language to learn. And a lot of Irish people don't even speak that language, so.
Yeah. But very cool. You did 3 different faces.
I did.
The face with the freckles one, which was funny because you showed it to a few people.
Right.
And including myself, and I was like, ooh, I liked all of them, but I was like, this one.
Right, because it's a summer festival. It's called Pig Days, where they reveal the beer, and they have a festival of beer, and so that will be the label on the festival beer. And my nombre will be on the side of the bottle with Anya as well.
So you guys should be following Bob on Instagram.
Yeah.
You should follow the Blind Pig because you can see, the announcement. You can see what the label looks like. We're not going to do much more describing because we want you to go out there, use your social media, and go find it.
Do your part. Yeah, it's interesting because right at this current moment, I'm sure right now in the federal government, since it's a Saturday, that they are working diligently.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Since it was they even had Friday off, so I'm gonna assume that no, they're not doing it. But it is, the label has to go through the federal processing and like taxation office or whatever to get approved.
Yeah, so it's going through approval right now
Right.
with the federal government, but I mean, surely it's going to go through, obviously,
Yeah,
because
I
I've
mean,
seen
he's-
some ridiculous things on a beer
Yeah,
bottle.
I mean,
so.
yeah, like angry apples and stuff. But the best part about this is that now some of my family will actually see my artwork.
You got to be kidding me for the first time?
Well, I mean, they've seen my artwork, but now they'll be drinking a beer.
No, okay, I get it. I had a feeling after I asked the question that was where you were
Yeah, so
trying to give his family more credit, but
yeah,
no. But it's very exciting, and I wanted to have you. See, I didn't tell you this part.
Oh,
Haha!
God. Surprise!
Spring questions. Yeah, I wanted to add. I know the answers, but nonetheless, you've been doing a certain aesthetic with your art for a while.
Yes.
Not to say that's the only thing you do, but you have been kind of doing a certain kind of face, and you like have gone through a period where you've done like a focus on faces. You know, like kind of the bigger faces and whatnot. And I would like to know what inspires you and how you landed in this zone that you are currently in.
Well, I actually, where I'm currently at now, I think what inspires me is that I use, so I do digital art for those that don't know. I've been doing digital art for 20 years. It is an art form, whether you believe it or not. And what I like about what I'm doing now is that I'm using essentially the same structure. So like I, create the model and all how the lips look, the nose, the eyes, all that separation, everything, and the face, the structure of the face. So I'm using the same structure of the face, but I'm doing different skin textures, different skin tones, different playing with the different types of texturizing of a face. And I like the way that it looks in what I'm creating in like how it's the blur of the blur.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's very
Basically, like if I have the same face on a Caucasian person, using the same face, having the skin tone of a black woman, what changes that? The structure's still there. Does it make it look more of a black woman because it's just the skin tone? So, and I've done that before, and like posters and stuff like that for the things I did in the Bronx a few years ago. So, I mean, it's just kind of a reoccurring theme I think, in my artwork of skin tone and that it doesn't mean shit.
Right.
Kind of put on it.
What I kind of like about the pieces that you do that are kind of a little bit more from the shoulders up or just the head itself is all of your art is very detailed, which is why I don't get the whole concept that people have that it's not art, because you look at your pictures and I've seen like that you have to create a lot of these pieces and like the detail that you put into them, the same as if you were using it by hand.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a learned skill, but neither here nor there.
Right.
But the thing that I think that I like about the close-ups is that it gives people a chance to focus that much more on the detail that you've put into that. In this day and age where everybody is kind of a little ADD, myself included.
Right.
You know what I mean? It gives them, it's like less going on, less for people to miss. And it's easier for them to see all the detail in what you've done.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, I mean, honestly, whenever I create art for gallery purposes more than anything else, I don't really create to mass produce things. So that's a harder thing to concept. But whenever you're social mediating things, when I do have a full head to toe or a larger mass of content in the picture, the actual like structure of the face and the details involved are like, because it's layers and layers and layers of stuff. So it's not just like, I don't just have like a black woman. Like the eyeshadow alone has like 8 different skin maps on it. Like it's just, I put a lot of detail into it and work into it. So I'm glad that some of it's being seen in this series.
Yeah. So. And actually our hometown has been pretty receptive to your art. Like over the
little.
years. I mean, a little. I
Yeah.
understand that it could always be more,
Yeah.
but it has popped up in a lot of different places.
Yeah, I mean, people say local artists, and some people are perfectly fine with that title. I while I don't hate being called a local artist, I also have shown my art multiple times in LA and in New York City and St. Louis and Chicago. So like, I feel like I'm not necessarily only a local artist, but that's fine to be called that. It's perfectly fine.
That wasn't what I was saying.
I know.
No, I think my point by pointing out that it's gotten love in our hometown is a lot of times people aren't lucky enough for their art to be accepted where they live.
Right.
That was more my point than you being just a local artist.
I get it. Yeah, and I mean, but the thing is, like, helpful hint for those at home. It's your art can only be seen by the people that can see your art. So if you are a local artist and you don't post your stuff anywhere, or you don't put your stuff out there, no one ever sees it. So, and you have to keep doing it over and over again.
Over and over, yes. The first time is not necessarily, that's not going to just, everybody sees it and you're done.
I mean, everyone sees it, and I mean, even if, depending on your art, I mean, it may be the fact that digital art, people are like, oh, well, that's digital art. Poo-poo, whatever. But the next time they see it, be like, oh, I remember that person. Oh, I remember that person. And then I love it when people tell me, like, I saw this thing here, and I knew it was you automatically. Like, when my stuff was in a bar here in town last year, people would, like, message me, I saw your art when I was at the bar, blah, blah, blah. I knew that was your art as soon as I saw it. And when I did a benefit last year, I had it, a benefit and somebody from my hometown, because it was all my hometown, but she like came up and, we weren't really close friends or anything. She's like, I saw that from across the bar and I knew that was your art as soon as I saw it. So like,
yeah,
having a style where people can actually know that's me is a cool thing too. So
very much so. Yay!
Yay! Thanks to everybody involved in that too for the opportunity. I'm not gonna. They love me. I'm not gonna Sally Field it up. But so you,
yes.
What do you want to talk about? What endeavor do you want to talk about first?
I mean, I guess we could talk about the new musical endeavors, right?
So new music. Joy and I have been toiling.
Just slaving away.
I was going to let you say that
I
word.
knew you were.
I'm not going to say
I
that
told
word.
you. I know when you're setting me up for a layup. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, we've been slaving away, working
in the
on...
studio it's a lake studio.
It is a lake studio with a view, if you will.
It is, yes. So
yeah, I wrote like 5 different songs. We've talked before about the fact that I've written since I was, before even a teenager, really. But everything was kind of like poems and short stories. And so it's a little different, honestly, to veer into the world of doing full songs. So much fun. I mean, I think that's why it's lasted, right? The first song that we did, we kind of cranked out in 4 hours.
Yeah.
It was a little ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Because I just had a chorus and had any verses, and it was like, you would work on some music, and then I would run and be like, okay, let me go write some verses. And then we had so much fun doing it. It was just like, I love when you feel like you're an artist in one particular way, and then it expands.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this has been.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes for you as far as your creativity and your creative process, because as someone who has read what you've written before or watched your YouTube videos before, like it's there. Mm-hmm. Like the same basis is there. And I think personally you could take more of the stuff that you've already written and make it into...
That's true. I've thought about it before, but I never figured I could do it because, I kind of always thought to you limit yourself because you're like, I just know what I know. I'm just going to stay in my lane. I'm not going to veer too far. And that's really where I was. I was like, I don't know the first thing about creating no music, so I'm not going to get carried away with myself. But I did try to do that in some of the when I was posting things on YouTube, I would kind of like, that was like the first part of the expansion for me was to write a poem that also had a musical element to it. So I would like start with a little bit of like a, one stanza that was just musical and then go into the spoken word of it all. So yeah, you never know. We'll see where it goes.
I mean, I think you got the material for a full-length album. Just saying.
Full-length albums eventually. EP this year.
This year.
Miss Petty Cake.
You said we have 6. You have 6 songs. Eh? Yeah.
No, that doesn't feel valid. 1, 2.
So we did the math, and you were correct.
Yeah, so it's 5 songs. It's just that we have some fun skits and interludes and those kinds of
Intros,
things.
outros.
All of the things.
Innies and outies.
That make the best rap album ever.
So you're calling yourself a rap artist, not a hip hop artist.
Well, yeah, I mean, because, it rolls off the tongue more. I want to be all the artists. I want to appeal to the world. Because it really, it is a very... it's not a one-note EP. No.
Because, how some people have... We won't name names because we like them.
Yeah.
But they have 7 songs and they use the same exact beat in every 7 songs.
Yes.
And they just change the words every time. And that's perfectly fine and that sells.
Yeah.
People buy what they're selling.
Plenty of views on YouTube and whatnot. Yeah, absolutely.
But every song is a little different.
Absolutely.
There's a hype up song.
Yeah.
There's an R&B song.
Right. Sing with it.
There's a little singing. There's a little rapping.
We've got one that's a little dancey.
Dancier, yeah. So, you have notes of old school rap.
Yeah.
And R&B and even some alternative. I would call it alternative rap. Maybe that's a new genre.
I don't know if it's a new genre,
that country rap, but yeah. So I'm excited for it.
Yes, I am too. It's been fun to do it. It's been fun. Miss Petty Cake is a whole different.
Yeah, you didn't tell everybody.
Myself.
So the rap persona
is Miss Petty Cake with
Petty Cake
2 K's. So yeah, PETTYCAKKE. Miss Petty Cake, because I get real petty. I'm a petty woman, all of the petties. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of leave it at that because we go into all the levels of petty on the EP, but I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about it too. Just being involved in the process is fun. Also, making you angry during the process is lots of fun.
I know, because you seem to think that helps me record more.
And it doesn't.
You know what? I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna say I'm right.
I'm not gonna co-sign that at all. No, because we've also recorded Magic without anger. So, although anger is my emotional home, as we know,
anger
previously
over
said,
sadness.
That's true.
That is a cut from the EP.
Yeah, it is. That was the other fun thing, right? It's like one of the songs is called "Hate Your Face," and I always tell people that I hate your face.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite phrases. How I always talk about anger being more important to me than sadness. So I wrote a song about it. So there's just, it's really like any good artist, I drew from my own life. Right. and then poured it into my art. So. Well,
yeah, it's the exorcism, right? We've had the exercise podcast where your relationship that ended. But this really has you released one of the songs earlier on, and which we've remastered.
We have remastered because that was the first one, right? It was like you learn along the way. It was lots of fun, but I think we've gotten.
We had a 21-year-old tell it was a great song. We were just going with it. But you got a lot of feedback from that.
Yes, lots of people loved it. Lots of people were like, "Oh my goodness, it's so true."
Were like, "Is that about me?
We need more." Yes. One person was like, "Is that about me?" That person was instantly blocked, deleted, all the things. So.
So, at least if nothing else, the message was received. And yeah, so. We're looking at May 14th, I think is what we said.
Yeah, that's going to be the release date. We're working hard towards it. We're going to make it.
We're going to make it. We are literally, the bulk of it's done. We're like what 80? Let's say 80% done.
Yeah, 85%. Really, like
85%.
we just got to record one more song.
Record one more song. We
have
should
to
have got the music
tweak
too.
tweak some more vocals.
Toss some, as I call it, atmosphere into some of the a couple of songs.
Absolutely.
I just like the fact that you have some notes of Freddy Krueger.
Yes.
Some notes of the Poltergeist.
Yes, because we kind of drew on things that we both love, right?
Yeah,
and
so-
threw it in there. Kind of twisted child's rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just it's a twisted EP for sure.
It's a twisted. So mark it on your calendars, children of a lesser god.
May 14th.
May 14th.
And then meanwhile, you can follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And, I'll release little snippets and all kinds of crazy pictures. You can see what Miss Pettycake looks like.
Because Miss Pettycake is her own. It's
she
like,
is her own being.
if you've ever seen Jim and the Hologram, Joy is the Jerica, Miss Pettycake is the Jim. So it's a whole nother person.
Absolutely.
And on our May 14th podcast, we will be previewing a song from
Absolutely. I'm excited.
from the album or the EP. So that'll be fun. And then it'll be available on
Bandcamp.
Right.
Absolutely.
At the beginning. And then going forward, we'll look into other ways of getting the music out there. So
Yeah. Ooh,
Okay.
we've got a message. Somebody's already following. Somebody instantly heard us as we're recording
That's ridiculous. Gotta
and
go.
followed immediately.
Yeah. Okay. So, what else is going on in your life?
Let's see. Artistically, is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about? That's honestly like the biggest way, because you don't want me to get into the old lady of it all. Like, you don't want me to tell you about my needle point projects that I have.
No.
Yes, there's
No. I know that you have this old woman in you, and her name is Etsy. Can we just stay away from any Etsy talk?
Actually, though, like, I really do feel like her name could be Edna. Yes, I'm gonna name the 80-year-old lady that lives inside of my heart, and her new name
She's
is
just slipped into
Edna.
multiple personalities.
That's
with her.
why not? And first of all, it's not even multiple
No.
personal. It's oh shit, what is it called? They say it in the movie Split.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, but anyways, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
You tell me what other projects do you have going on currently?
Oh, I have a band that's not a band.
That's gonna be a band. It's just on pause.
It's on pause. I mean, I work on it a couple times a week. But yeah, we haven't yet to get to anything yet.
Can you describe the future sound and like any topics you might tackle?
We're probably going to tackle love,
Ooh, okay.
hate,
Okay.
hating love, loving hate.
Okay.
We're going to, I don't know. My co-band member has songs written.
Oh, good. Awesome.
So she has stuff that she's already written. She's also in another band that doesn't make music either. but yeah, so
That's
she has that
amazing.
band and she has my band, but her other band person lives in New York City.
That makes it a little harder.
It makes it a little harder, and so she doesn't see her that often. So it's a girl band, and this is a girl guy band, or girl gay band, however you want to call it. So yeah, I've been hitting the keys, hitting the pads, synthesizing my life,
Right, getting your music skills
getting
together.
my skills together, trying to
Producing.
remember. Yeah, producing, trying to remember my my piano lessons from 20 years ago.
So by the time you guys come back together and actually are ready to record and stuff, and like,
Yeah.
you'll just make moves, and it'll fly.
We talked. Yeah. We were going to write a song last week, or we talked about writing a song last week, and we got the topic, which was a spell.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me about that.
Yeah. So, and
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah.
Are you guys hoping to do like live performances one day?
I think we should, because I think it'd be interesting to unpack all my musical equipment for my Trapper Keeper.
Stop!
I should attach these to Trapper Keeper. That'd be fucking amazing. Anyway,
Wow.
so since it's all digital, I'm using little tiny Korgs. If y'all are musically inclined and know what a Korg is, Korg. And so I have a little keypad and a little pad. So
Yeah. Actually, years ago, I saw Imogen Heap.
yeah.
She does her performances that way. Like, you know, she's like, you listen to the album and it's like amazing. It's got all this musical elements. She shows up on stage. It's just her. And she's got like multiple keyboards and the whole, and like, you know, the things, and she's like looping it as she's doing it. And I was like, oh, well, excuse me. So that was like the first time I saw it. I've seen it since then. But she was the first person I saw live that was like, oh, I produced the music on the spot. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Awesome.
So lots of fun. I'm trying to be spooky. She likes to be poppy. So let's call it Spook Pop.
I got you. Oh my goodness. I completely forgot. I'm sorry. It just came to me in a vision. I did forget about my other artistic
I know.
endeavors.
I don't know why I didn't just let you go, because I didn't know if you wanted to not talk about it or not.
That's right. I'm a painter now.
You're a painter now.
It wasn't that I was trying to hide anything. It's, you know, I don't have any memory. And then I was sitting here. I was like, oh, that's right. I do other art. I do all kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
Yes. So I am working on an art series.
Yeah.
And I've done one piece. I plan to do a second piece. For now, I'll just say that it pertains to my experiences as a Black woman, and how I have moved in the world. And I'll leave it at that for now. But yeah, no, I'm excited about it. It's a lot of fun. I think what's really important for anybody, and I think that's kind of why I wanted to do this podcast, is to kind of get past the idea that you have of yourself, of what your limitations are, what you can or cannot do. Because I used to always think, well, I can't really draw, I can't do this and that and the other. Oh, but nay. You know what I mean? Like, art, like many things, is in the eye of the beholder. And if you have something to say, then there's an art medium for you.
Exactly. And you find the art medium because a lot of people are afraid of technical skills, which you don't have to have today.
Yeah.
Period. .com. .edu. .eu. .uk. .au.
Oh, yes.
All the dots.
All the dots.
Because
.ir.
yes. The .us. You don't have to have technical skills anymore. But if you do want to have technical skills, here's a little hint for you. You don't teach yourself how to draw. You practice it. Art and art skills are cultivated, practice art. That's why it's called art. You keep doing it over and over again. You repeat the process over and over again. And then you perfect to the point of your perfection, your art.
Yeah.
So you just keep doing it. Trial and error.
Absolutely. And you're going to create some things and you're going to go, ooh, I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm not even into it. But it's all about the progression. And you'll be able to get to a certain point where you create something that's so amazing and you refer back to the first thing and you go, wow, I made, like, okay,
Yeah.
I've really, like, all this practice is paying off. Like, I can really see.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been doing digital art for 20 years, 21 years technically. And every year I feel like my art's better.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's looked the same. It's gotten better progressively over the years. Every year it's different. It looks different to me. Every year I looked at something 2 years ago and I'm like, oh my fucking God, that's horrible. So like, you know, and then you'll have that if you're a creative person. So
Yeah. And the other thing, which, I mean, shouldn't have to be said, but art is a great stress reliever, right? We all have those frustrations. We all have those things that, you know, and especially I think for anybody who is inclined towards depression or has those issues, it is a helpful way to kind of deal with that. At least I can say that from my own experience. I can't say that for everybody, but it's kind of been a great way to pull me out and like help me through really tough times.
Yeah. If you feel like you want to murder somebody, maybe you should just draw them murdered. But
Draw them with a
quickly
brick in their face.
Quickly destroy the piece once it's done, because they can use that against you.
Right, don't leave evidence.
Don't leave evidence. Even if it's not a real murder, it's still the intent and thought. So that would makes it premeditated in the murder world. So just remember that, kids. If you're going to take stress out in the form of murder in your art, destroy it. I've destroyed paintings before, not because of that, but because I was just like working on something, so tired of it, burn it, set it on fire, rip it to pieces, and that in itself is amazing.
Yeah.
Because then you feel like God, because you created this thing, then you took its life away and you destroyed it.
And remember that to be beautiful and natural is the birthright of every woman. And I wish you all loads and loads of loveliness and good luck.